This is the book of Revelation, chapter 18, verse 5. For her, Babylon the Great, America, sins have reached unto heaven, and Yahweh hath remembered her iniquities, her wickedness. Shalom laha alahayim, peace to the gods, Nalathan, Kahalayim, La Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahushai, Bahasham, Rakah, Wadash. Giving all praises to Yahweh in the name of Yahushai, in the name of the Holy Spirit. Double honors unto the elder apostles, the elder bishops, and the head of elders of all the camps of Great Millstone, GMS who do well. Salutations to the hopeful elect, the house of David, 144K, Y 1/3, scattered abroad. It's your brother Tazapania back at it again with a quick hit through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. This time part 2, because I didn't watch the whole thing on the last one, and I'm like, oh man, my man coming with heat. You feel me? With that flame, son. Fuego. All right. I'm gonna let this play. I'm gonna finish this out, and I'm gonna stop it every now and again to add my little 2 cents, and then we'll get some scriptures at the end because I want to at least finish this out. I don't know where the full podcast is. I might want to watch this in y'all brothers and sisters too. Probably might want to watch it too. Take it with a grain of salt. You know what I'm saying? He's not a practicing, Israelite. He's a so-called practicing Muslim. But just the shining the light, so to speak, on America and its confusion is, could be edifying, especially to beginners in this truth. All right, so let's get it.
Against any of this stuff, the Christians don't. There's very few Christians who will get up off their ass and complain. In fact, I saw on Twitter yesterday one of the churches was lit up in rainbow. I have nothing against gay people. I don't care, and that's actually another point I want to make into about this thing. I think most people don't care, and I think that bothers them. Have you ever had an argument with a girl, and she's like strutting around the house, she's huffing and puffing, and you just don't give a shit? So she has to keep upping the ante till you eventually go, what's the problem? Because you tried the low-level stuff and you didn't care. I kind of feel like this has a remnants of that. I'm gay, cool. I want to get married. I want to wave my dick in your kid's face. Whoa, 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 whoa. It's like, whoa, 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 whoa. I feel like they tried to annoy us, and we're like, we don't give a shit. Do whatever you want. Be a person. We don't care. And now they're like, okay, well, we have to get to a limit where they have to react. We want attention now. We want them to care about
what's the right move on that?
Well, that's the point. It's difficult. Because there comes a point where you simply have to address it, and now you have to oppose it. And this is, sorry to interrupt you, but this is why they're so careful and so clever in what they do. They package it all together. LGBTQ. I would argue, I don't know what Q is, firstly. Sorry, I don't know what Q is.
Questioning.
Q. All right.
Q stands for queer, and they acting like they don't know, but I guess, right? But just to land back on what he said regarding on, the alphabet mafia, right? And then upping the ante, using the elite's term of gradualism, starting from the civil rights era all the way down to now, to get you to a point where you see what I'm saying, they want it to be accepted. So how do you stop it from being all up in your kids' faces? And how do you basically stop them, basically, right? Well, he doesn't have an answer. They don't have an answer. You feel me? But the Israelites have an answer. This is the book of Jude, chapter 1, verse 7, and it reads, even as Sodom and Gomorrah and the cities about them in like manner, giving themselves over to fornication. And remember, fornication is really just adultery. The word is porneo, all right? And you have spiritual adultery and physical adultery. So whether it be worshiping other gods, right? Or actually sleeping with other men's wives, all right? And going after strange flesh. You see what I'm saying? So whether it be a beast, strange flesh, right? A person of the same gender, strange flesh, right? Are set forth for an example, suffering the vengeance of eternal fire. And even when you go into that word eternal, it really says a long period of time, all right? Because, America is going to be burning for a very long period of time. But eventually it's going to be a habitation for desert animals. All right. But that's the solution. So right now, yeah, we are under Esau Edom, so you can't just use the law in the sense of having 2 or 3 witnesses when you see somebody do some evilness and stone them or put them to death, right? You have to basically be wise as a serpent, harmless as a dove, continually using the voice, all right, of the Lord, which is basically not your voice, but the prophet speaking in the spirit to edify and to prophesy against this place while you're moving in the world, but not of the world. And eventually, vengeance is the Lord's, as the scriptures say. So the Most High, through his son, is going to be the one to do the damage. You see what I'm saying? So that's the solution to the alphabet mafia problem. Let them do them, because the Most High gave them over to a reprobate mind, right? And eventually, the Most High going to do what he say he's going to do. And we all know this. You see what I'm saying? But in our mind, we know, I hate that shit. The scriptures say, love the good and hate the evil. You see what I'm saying? But we have to be circumspect, right?
LG, I would argue that G and T are very different things. Beyond. A gay man and someone who's chopped the dick off are very different things. Completely. So they package it all together. So now, because the spectrum of your enemy is so large, you have people who are fully this way. Mm-hmm. You have people who we accept that are normal in society. We have no problem with gay people. And they put it all together. You're an enemy of all these people. And they complicate the argument. And they
see, the problem is they think that, the so-called regular, whether he's the down low or the flamboyant, but either way, regular citizen that just moves in society regularly, that we have no problem with. Y'all don't have no problem with it. See, but in the scriptures, we understand the cancer, the growth, the exponential of sin, right? And how it gets to the point that we at now. If it's against the law of the Most High, it's intolerable. So yes, we're bigots. All right? We don't have tolerance for that shit. You see what I'm saying? Because we know eventually what it's going to come to, man. You see what I'm saying? There's plenty of examples in the scriptures and different things that the Most High said, don't do this. Because the Most High, in his full wisdom, and his extravagant, all-knowing trait, you know what I'm saying, being, he knows exactly what one little thing and how it could just start a wildfire, so to speak. So you can't have none of it. You can't tolerate none of it. And see, the Most High is long-suffering because he's going to play that final card, man, which is sending his son back. You know what I mean? To prove and to show, yeah. Allah Shabja. Power, God Almighty. No other higher power that is mightier, So ain't one, we got problems with these, but we kind of don't got problems with them. No, they all stem from the same fucking mental health nonsense that they want to increase because of the the demons that the Most High put on them, man.
It's all together, and now you're a bigot. And really, you just want your kids to be left alone. Really, you just want to leave the children alone. So all you want to do is leave your kids alone. And then it's like, okay, I'm now raising children. I have more children than most people would believe. How do I protect my children from this insanity? God. Which God can protect my children? Allah, Islam. I'll move them to Dubai or Saudi Arabia, and none of this will happen.
And that shit is weird too, because that's not Allah saving you. That is, or your children. That is a system, all right? A government that is supposedly based on, which it really isn't. You know what I'm saying? Because Dubai is different than other fucking countries, and it's a city actually in the United Arab Emirates. But that government and the system is not on, what is it, Shia law or whatever, Sharia law, whatever it is. You know what I mean? Basically trying to use the tenets of the Quran to do this and to do that, when there's a whole bunch of shit that is allowed, that is not allowed in other countries or whatever. And because it makes the most money, he makes money, so he think that Allah is going to protect them because these people over here keep these type of see. And when this chip get pushed, then we really going to see who really real right. You see what I'm saying? Because he calls it all. You think that these Ishmaelites, you see what I'm saying? These Arabians, you feel me, is not in league and don't love money and all of that. Come on, man. But the only thing that could save you and your children really is Yahweh Shai. But then you don't even have control over that either, because what does it say? Work out your own salvation. You're trying your best for your house to be saved, but it's really up to the Most High if they're of the elect spirit or not, which is a hard truth, but it is what it is. You see what I'm saying? You do not know. I just reposted a video. Your woman and your children might take the mark of the beast, man, from the apostles during their camp. You know what I mean? So you could try, but at the end of the day, this is an individual thing. You see what I'm saying? Because look, the scriptures say, many that have forsaken wives, children, lands, jobs, things of that nature to follow Yahweh Shah will receive 100-fold. You see what I'm saying? And, the Most High is dealing with men. You know what I mean? And we know our woman is supposed to be saved by childbearing. Isaiah 4:1 will happen before the kingdom comes, when all hell breaks loose. It's going to be a lot of popping, women getting preggo, because the scriptures say in Jeremiah, you see what I'm saying, that even the woman with child, he's going to be saving them from all over. There's going to be a lot of women, elect women that are pregnant, and is going to get beamed up into them chariots because she's carrying an elect seed of the Most High, man, for dealing with an elect man and kept the faith without, as it says in Timothy, so on and so forth, roughly paraphrasing, but let's continue.
Can I trust a Christian nation? Some of them. Romania is a Christian nation, and to a large degree, they oppose quite a lot of this stuff. But they're also NATO, and they're also EU, and they also rely on bailouts and grants.
You heard that? Let's run it back.
Romania is a Christian nation, raising children. I have more children than most people would believe. How do I protect my children from this insanity? God. Which God can protect my children? Allah, Islam. I'll move them to Dubai or Saudi Arabia, and none of this will happen. Can I trust a Christian nation? Some of them. Romania is a Christian nation, and to a large degree, they oppose quite a lot of this stuff. But they're also NATO, and they're also EU, and they also rely on bailouts.
Notice how he said Romania, even though it's a Christian nation, they're also NATO and they're also EU. What has the elders apostles of Great Millstone been telling you who the beast is? NATO and the EU. And then you wonder why things gets pushed where these Edomites live, and it's part of the scriptures, man. You see, people understand that there is something evil with the European Union and with the North Atlantic Treaty Organization. That is the beast that the whore rides, which is America, man. But notice how he said they also get bailouts, and what else?
Romania is a Christian nation, and to a large degree, they oppose quite a lot of this stuff. But they're also NATO, and they're also EU, and they also rely on bailouts and grants and money. And on a long enough time frame, even in the 7 years I've lived here, I have watched certain attitudes change because money buys influence and power. So, Andrew,
you see that? So you can't make this shit up, man. We literally have the truth, man. The water, Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. You see what I'm saying? Money buys influence and power. So yeah, you at one point you was not accepting of the alphabet mafia in the second largest Christian country in the world, Romania, and he's been there 7 years, and he's seen attitudes change when it comes to the government and people in the regular everyday streets to things that go against this so-called religion. You see what I'm saying? Because they're part of the beast that the whore is pushing to move a certain agenda. You see? This is the cup of the wine of a fornication. Matter of fact, let's get that real quick. This is Revelation 18, verse 3. For all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of a fornication. Right? So what is that? Did they literally drink, a country literally drink something? No. This wine is an ideology. You see what I'm saying? In the wrath, it was completely engulfed of this fornication, this spiritual adultery, basically these pagan God worshiping things. You see what I'm saying? Because that's what all of it is about. When you really get down into it, this whole alphabet mafia agenda, they worship a different power, which is really no power. But you understand what I'm saying. And the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her, and the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies. You see? So not only with trade and things of that nature, but yeah, okay, we'll push your agenda if you help us, give us grants and money, just like Andrew Tate just said. And then attitudes change towards certain tenets.
And not to cut you off, how much of you converting from Christianity to Islam is actually the belief in God versus the societal pressures that are facing children? Because it seems like it's a little bit of both.
For you to believe in God, you have to respect him. How can I believe and put my life in the hands of someone I don't respect? And I'm going to respect a God which is feared.
Yeah, but it's a vertical relationship, right? It's not a horizontal. If you base it horizontally, they're going to disappoint you. If you think about, if you're going to believe, let's go believe Prophet Muhammad, his teaching, and let's go believe the Bible, NIV, and Jesus, Father, for God so loved the world that he gave his, you gave your son for me. Let's say that's true. And you're doing it based on faith. Who would do such a thing for me? What a level of sacrifice for you to do that. Who am I for you to be so worried about me? If you look at it from that angle, it's not necessarily coming from a place of fear. It's coming from a place of grace. It's coming from a place of love. It's coming from a place of, a different feel. Because I do believe the part that upsets me is the fear aspect, that they're allowing others to mock your God, to mock Jesus, to mock whatever religion it is you're a part of, and you're kind of like, oh, they're just funny, man. So, no, it's not funny. You just crossed the line. Like Jay-Z has that one line where he says, "Don't tell me why what the guy said about me. Tell me why he was so comfortable saying it to you."
100%.
Tell me why it's comfortable to you. So I think that's the part about faith. I understand when you're saying the fear and the respect side. So that's the part where fear is needed. I totally agree. But the part where you were making a point about LGBTQ, you're like, I don't even know what Q stands for. It's just questioning. And then you're like, well, I'm gay. Okay, cool. Trans? Listen, man, it's spectrum. And he said if we were to say which religion's the far right, it's going to be Muslim. Totally get it. They're on the far right. Christian today is kind of going center left today. Like they're kind of being soft right now. Okay. So if I want to raise my kids, I want to take my kids to Dubai, and I want to take my kids to Saudi Arabia. Why? Because I'm defending against some of these immoral philosophies that they have. I don't want to go there. I actually understand that argument.
Yeah, and I truly, and I want to make one more point. I do believe there's one God, and I believe there's many different paths to God. And I'm not a religious scholar, and I'm not.
Which is false, man. Which is false. You see, and this is why people want to be how would you explain it? They want to be standing their ground on certain aspects, but then they let off and get easy on another one, because if they become very adamant when it comes to like a so-called religious aspect, then you're gonna get pushback. You see what I'm saying? If he was really a hardcore Muslim, he would really be pushing it. Nah, fuck everything else. This is what it is, and y'all niggas is bugging. But he can't say that because I think the dudes that he's talking to is Christian, and the people that a lot of Americans watch him are Christian, and so-called Christians, and so on and so forth, right? So that's how you know the Israelites are the most hated, and we're going to be the ones that's persecuted. You see what I'm saying? Because when the scriptures say, gird up thy loins like a man, you feel me? and basically our Lord is a man of war, and we're supposed to be perfect as our Father in heaven is imperfect. We're not giving up, Lord willing, we don't. You see what I'm saying? He told Jeremiah, was it Jeremiah? I think so. Ezekiel. Yeah, he told Ezekiel that I made your face harder than adamant stone, man. Don't be afraid of these people, man. We don't care. Christianity is off. Islam is off. Judaism is off. Any other thing other than the true tenets of the scriptures, the law, statutes, and commandments, and faith of Yahweh Shai, the only begotten Son, is off. And we don't care, man. Oh, there's many paths. Yahweh Shai said he is the way, the light. Anybody else that try to come in any other way is nothing but a thief and a robber. So Andrew Tate, you are a thief and a robber, man. To even be pushing that false-ass doctrine. And the Most High ain't with that. And the Most High about to kill a lot of niggas, man. You see, he talking about this fear shit. You feel me? Oh, there's many ways and da-da-da-da-da. Like, niggas don't, I'm not a religious scholar. Well, the scriptures say, study to show thyself approved. You see what I'm saying? Niggas want to play. Niggas love the money. They love the fame, the ego with it, the this and the that. And you see what I'm saying? But niggas don't love the Most High. You feel me? And loving him is keeping his commandments. And we do that out of fear. A healthy fear. Because he's deserving to be praised, man.
Expert on Islam. I'm doing my best and I'm reading the Quran as often as I can. And it does say that Christians on the day of reckoning will see how close they were to the truth. And we are allies. We are not enemies in any regard, Christians and Muslims. And I do believe that the idea of Christians and Muslims shaking hands and saying, let's put an end to all of this garbage would be fantastic. I'm not anti-Christian in any regard. I just found myself, as I became more and more religious, seeking and looking for a faith which not only I could be proud of, but a faith which was guiding in regards to, I don't know what a Christian would answer to certain questions nowadays. What does a Christian answer to? I'm a transsexual and I want to show your kids my genitals. What's a Christian? Well, a Christian's supposed to say no, do they? I know what my Muslim friends would say. I don't know. If you're a Christian, I don't know how you're supposed to act. I don't know what you're supposed to adult. I don't get it anymore.
True believer says.
The true believer. But how many are true believers? I don't know. I see all over Twitter, all these churches are losing their minds. It seems very complicated. Islam seems very, very simple. You know what's right, you know what's wrong.
Minect is an application which allows you to take.
Anyway, you see what I'm saying? So, and I don't know. In the Quran, ain't no I don't know. In the Quran, it do say, you feel me? Basically, all Christians basically gonna have to worship Allah. You see what I'm saying? And remember, they only look at Yahweh Shai as a prophet, not as the actual son. They say Allah doesn't have any begottens. You see what I'm saying? So on and so forth, so on and so forth. But, I'm going to leave it there. It's just proving America's Babylon's confusion. This guy's pushing confusion. These other guys pushing confusion. People don't know this. They don't know that. This shit is weird, son. You feel me? And the only people that have the truth are the elect Israelites, all right, that's pushing it, all right? So Lord willing, that was edifying to the elect, man. Until the next time, I'm going to say shalom.